was settled by people who craved freedom and valued charity. We might continue by confessing that we have rarely lived up to those ideals we cherish. We are a work in progress. And so we shine a light into the gap between vision and reality. We expose the places where we have yet to live and love as Christ would have us do. We also confess that Christians are not the only source of light in this nation, that faithful people of all religions have wisdom to contribute and gifts to share. Together, all people of faith can raise our voices in defense of the principles we hold most dear. We can wade into the fray and raise that moral bar, condemning actions that demonize and degrade. As Christians, we can say with conviction, this we know, that we follow one who embraces the outcast, that our God calls us to welcome the stranger and to love our enemy, that Christ commands, be not afraid, and love your neighbor as yourself, that all people are beloved of God. This, friends, this is the wisdom that informs our responses to actions taken by our elected officials, knowledge that compels us to shine a light on the inhumanity of locking the door on our neighbors in need. In the words of one banner I saw displayed this week, treating refugees as the problem is the problem. Imagine how it must feel to flee your war-torn home as it crumbles around you, violence erupting at your heels, only to be told that you are a threat to the safety of the country in which you seek asylum. Imagine living in a refugee camp for over a decade, trapped between a homeland that won't take you back and a country that won't take you in. Imagine raising children who have been traumatized by war and by the message that the world does not regard them as being worthy of care and protection. Here, my friends, is the human toll that our choices have wrought. Two brothers separated by an ocean. A son denied a reunion with his mother and grandmother. Refugees who have gone through the intense, years-long vetting process only to be turned away. No doubt, you have stories too. Have heard them, or know the people who are afraid of being deported or of losing access to the ones they most love. These are the stories on which we must shine our light. Finally, we can be that body of Christ, bound to one another by ligaments of love. We can open our hearts, our homes, our churches to those most at risk, recognizing every day that where one suffers, we all suffer. In July of last year, the interfaith community of Westport did just this. When we combined our resources to resettle a Syrian family here in Norwalk, their story and their photo are on the inside back cover of this morning's bulletin. And do you remember the sanctuary movement? Communities of faith are revisiting the days when churches opened their doors to Central American asylum seekers who are at risk of being sent back to home countries which were racked by violence. I wonder, What would it mean for us to be a sanctuary church now? A physical place of safety or comfort for those at risk of being harassed or deported. What does our faith call us to do? This week, as I hear again Jesus appeal for us to be bearers of light, I have found myself picturing the Statue of Liberty with her torch held high. This, too, is part of our national heritage, one more symbol intended to recall us to our highest ideals. If Reverend Winthrop envisioned our country as a city on a hill, the Lady Liberty stands as that beacon of hope and of freedom. Let your light so shine before others, Jesus said. And so she has. And so has our country. Welcoming generations of immigrants, each wave of new arrivals contributing something to the fabric of our nation, each community contributing fresh insight to the public discourse about what it means to be a society formed and fueled by love. In their honor, I give the last word this morning to the poet Emma Lazarus, whose verses are immortalized at the base of Lady Liberty. Not like the brazen giant of Greek fame, with conquering limbs astride from land to land. Here, at our sea-washed sunset gates, shall stand a mighty woman with a torch, whose flame is the imprisoned lightning, and her name, Mother of Exiles. From her beacon hand glows worldwide welcome. Her mild eyes command the air-bridged harbor that twin cities frame. Keep, ancient lands, your storied pomp, cries she with silent lips. Give me your tired, your poor, your huddled masses yearning to breathe free. The wretched refuse of your teeming shore, send these, the homeless, tempest-tossed, to me. I lift my lamp beside the golden door. People of God, body of Christ, may we too lift our torches high. May we too let our lights shine. Amen.